Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So last week we have the lesson on resolve conflict. So we know that there are 10 grounds for the resentment, and when we have anger in right mind, we should know what's the cause of the resentment, what the cause of the anger, and from that we resolve the problem. We should start from the beginning, just like bullfrog when it is small, not too big, then out of control. And for the person who practice loving kindness, he or her will keep themselves calm enough, and nobody can burn them up by their anger, just like nobody can burn the river. So that is the last week lesson. So today lesson also continue with the anger thing. We have some lesson on the anger already, and each of the lesson will provide you some way to deal with the anger. It is not for your knowledge. It is not for knowledge to talk about that, but it is to for your knowledge in the practice, because practice is more important. And based on the lesson, you may find which is suitable for your case, and you apply in your life. So in the same way, there are several lessons on several discourse on how to deal with the anger, and that's why I bring it up today. Another one, remove the ill will topic today. So based on the commentary of Majjhima Nikaya and Digha Nikaya, there are 6 things that lead to abandoning or removing the ill will. So ill will is another way to call anger or resentment. So first is learning the loving kindness object. Second is devotion to cultivate loving kindness. The third one is reflecting on being owner of one's own action. Fourth one is frequently consideration. Fifth one is good friend, and sixth one is suitable talk. So that's the six things that lead to removing or abandoning ill will. So we'll talk about the first one. So ill will can be removed, can be abandoned by the one who learn loving kindness object. So the object of the loving kindness, if you may notice in our temple, every Sunday we have a short chanting, like cultivating loving kindness, and in the chanting we mention some special thing. That's why I want to share with you now. So there are 3 cases for the loving kindness object. The first one is like general, second one specific, and the third one is the direction. So first one, we come with the 5 things: the living beings, breathing things, creature, individuals, and those with body and mind. So that is the 5 general case. So living beings who know things, who know things happen. Breathing beings, because some kind of beings they don't have breathing. Or creature, including the devas. Individual, when you divide beings into several cases, some kind of being like the Sotapanna Bath, also called individual, but also it is also a living being. It also a breathing beings, or those with body and mind. So it's a general case, and with those generals, we cultivate love and kindness by make them be free from animosity, be free from mental suffering, free from physical suffering, and keep themselves happy. So we have 5 multiplied 4, so we have 20 mode of general cultivating loving kindness. Another way, we focus on specific case, like man, like woman, like the noble ones, like the non-noble ones, like the deva, celestial beings, like human, like those with in the woeful realm who is suffer in the woeful realm. So there are seven specific cases for loving kindness to cultivate, and each of them we made them be free from animosity, free from mental suffering, free from physical suffering, and keep themselves happy. So 7 multiplied 4, we have 28 specific case to cultivate loving kindness. And the third case is the direction. So we have 10 direction: the east, the southeast, the south, southwest, west, northwest, north, northeast, above and below. So we have 10 directions. So each direction multiplied to 20 general and multiplied to 28 specific. Totally, we have 480 direction case for loving kindness. So in general, all of them together, we have 528 mode of liberation of the mind through loving kindness. So when you see, there are several cases of to cultivate loving kindness in this picture. So you may notice that the loving kindness have no boundary. Whoever can be the object of the loving kindness, even it a human or animal or even a deva or the beings who suffer in the woeful realm, any beings will be your object of the loving kindness. So when you learn thoroughly the object of the loving kindness in this way, you may know your mind well. When you a little bit of ill will or anger arise in you, you may easier to control, to notice that. So that's the first case. It can be removed for the one who learned thoroughly the loving kindness. So the second one is the one after they learn thoroughly, they practice, they cultivate loving kindness hardly. So when the loving kindness is strong enough, it is difficult for the ill will to arise. Just like last week lesson, I told you about the example, the simile of the person come to the river and try to burn the river with a small torch. It's impossible. So that's the second case. So the third one is the person who try to remove ill will by way of reflecting by reflecting on being owner of one's own karma action. So when you know that in Buddhism we talk about karma. Karma is the action that you've done, even bodily, verbally, or through mind. So whatever you do is your own karma action, and karma action will yield the result, yield the consequence. So the person who reflects on karma, knowing that it is our own, we are the owner of what we do. So you are the one who being angry with that person. So what will you do with that person? Could you destroy this person totally? Totally means that you may kill him, you may beat him, you may burn the house, or can you destroy his practice, his morality, etc., something like that. So you cannot destroy totally. So, and is it true that you come to this life with your own karma? Come to this life with your own karma in this that it means that you in the previous life you did something good and bad, and that good and bad you consequence to this life, so that you come to this life because of what you do in the past, and what you will face in the future based on what you do right now, even good or bad, you will face it up in the future. So thinking about that, and Another thing that you may look at the picture, little picture over there. One, they handing a little poop. Is a the simile is that giving anger to others. It's just like try to beat other with a stick with dunk on it, and you try to hit that person before it hit that person, you hurt yourself with the dunk put on your hand, or the charcoal, the burning charcoal, even is flameless. You cannot see the fire. Before you throw it to that person, you already burn your hands. So thinking about that is called thinking about reflecting on being owner of one's own action, and thinking about that person too. So that person uh, angry with you. So what can he do or he or her do to you? Can they destroy you totally? Cannot. Or can they come in this life because of their past karma? And they, after this life, they will go with their own karma. Thinking about that. So by thinking like that, just like giving a gift, but the receiver don't want to take it, so it will return to the one who gave the gift. Or you throw the dust, and that dust not come to the person, but the wind blow it back on you. So you the one who receive all of those things. So in the same way, the anger, when you angry with other, but other don't, the other person don't want to receive it, so all come to you. The dust all fall on your head. So that is how we reflecting the karma is our own property. So that's the third one. The fourth one is the person who frequently consider about that. Consider both situation, his situation and the other situation, and maintain his ground, not to be shaken by any idea come in. He know for sure that I know for sure that I'm the one who I'm the one who owner of my own karma, and he's also the one who owner of his karma. So for sure like that. So that's the fourth one. The fifth one is the person who try to remove ill will by associate with good friend. So good friend in Pali we call Kalyanamitta, is the person who moral person who practice well, especially delight in cultivation of loving kindness. So when you stay close to the person with full of love, you may get benefit from it, or you may be affected in a good way. But if you stay a person with always angry, always yelling, so this is not good for you, for your life. So in the same way, associate with good friend is also a way to remove the ill will. Um, a few days ago, one of my devotees sent me a message that she feel really delighted when she got a good review for her job, and she also mentioned about eight kind of wind in Buddhist perspective. So how come that eight kind of wind come? It's based on one of the verse, one of the verse in Dhammapada verse. Just like the wind cannot stir a solid mass of rock, so in the same way, blame and praise do not affect the wise. That's how the eight wind come. So eight wind is referred to the eight toxic wind of the life, the eight characteristic of the life. Condition like gain, loss, uh, disrepute, fame, blame and praise, pleasure and pain. So eight worldly condition always affects your life. And then I talked to her that okay, if you know that, you should get ready for yourself. If you feel like you're not strong enough, so don't go against the wind. Try to hide somewhere or else you will get hit by the toxic wind. So in the same way, that's why I want to talk. I bring that one here. If you know that you're not strong enough, try to find a good friend to be associated with. So that's how you can keep yourself calm and safe when the eight condition of the life flowing towards you. If you think that you're strong enough, you can face up it. But when you get hit by it, so don't blame that why it come to me. So that is the fifth one, associate with the good friend. And the sixth one, and while have a good friend like that, we will try to remove ill will by have a suitable talk. And that suitable talk should based on the loving kindness, whether we standing or sitting. So last week, when I have the simile, any person, the simile that the man tried to burn the Ganga River, and I talked that whether the person come to you, whatever they talk to you, even it probably at the right time or at the wrong time, with truth or false, gentle or harshly, with benefit or without benefit, with loving kindness or with hatred. So it will not affect you when you practice well. So we take that part and apply it. So what is the suitable talk? We should talk at the right time, not the wrong time. We should talk about the truth only, not the things not falsely. We should talk gentle way, not harshly way. We should talk to bring benefit, not to harmful anyone. And we always talk with loving kindness, not with hatred mind. So keep that in mind. That five way suitable talk that we can talk to other person. So remind you all the time like that, and it is also a way to remove the ill will. So we have 6 ways to remove the ill will by learning the object of the loving kindness, by cultivating it oftenly, by knowing that we are the owner of all karma, and firmly have that stand on that ground, have associate with good friend, and always have the suitable talk. If we practice well like that, one day we can totally remove the ill will or the anger in mind. So I have the quote on Sutta Nipata: one who removes the anger that has arisen as one removes with herbs or snakes spreading venom. And that bhikkhu gives up the here and there and the here and beyond, and as the serpent says, its own worn out skin. So one who try to remove the anger. In several lessons we have this day, we know that there are several ways to remove the anger. The anger that has arisen. So it has some meaning behind that. It is occur at the very moment, or it arise, but it doesn't have enough condition to show up, but it keep somewhere, and then when it have enough condition, it will burn. It will burn out. For example, like you see that person, a little bit hatred in you. I don't like that. But you don't say it out, or you don't show that you get angry with that. But you keep that in mind. And one day when it have enough condition, then it will burn it up. It can be happen. Or because of when you not practice, especially inside meditation well, the anger can be arising you. You cannot see the anger when it's just a little bullfrog, and when it become too big, you cannot catch it up anymore. So that's why the person who can remove the anger that has arisen is the person who try to remove with herb a snake spreading venom. So when a person be bite by the snake, he or she should, as soon as possible, remove the venom, because it's really dangerous for you. If you keep it, you may be killed by the snake. So in the same way, when the person have the anger arise in them, they should notice that and try to remove it as soon as possible. Not to keep even just the little small things, because it will grow up day by day, and it's danger for your practice too. So by apply the herbs, when we get bites by the snake, we should try to find the physic to prepare the herbs and immediately apply it, not to maintain it, and we will be suffer by the venom. So the person who tried to do that, he is the highest one, is the third level of the noble person. We call the anagami, the third level of noble person. So that one, after he totally removed the anger part, he gave up the here and the beyond. The here and beyond can be understand like he doesn't think about continue in the cycle of rebirth. He doesn't want to be a human, or doesn't want to be in Deva anymore. He tried to go beyond that. He go out of the cycle of rebirth, the samsara. And that's why he is like a serpent shed his own worn out skin. So the person who practice in that level, he doesn't try to be reborn or be in the cycle of rebirth again. Everything for him is just the worn out skin of the snake. He try hard. The snake try hard to remove their own skin. So in the same way, that practitioner think like the being reborn in the cycle of rebirth is just like the worn out skin. It need to be removed, and he try hard until he attained the fourth level of noble person called the arahant, totally remove all the defilements. So before finish the talk today, I'd like to share with you one story written Dhammamada to know the situation that I say that should avoid the should not associate with the person may bring your harmful life. So there's a family of the one who jeweler who make the gem, the jewelry. So that family have invited the venerable Tissa and offer alms sprout for 12 years. So every day that monk come to that house to receive alms food. And because they so friendly, one time the man, they preparing for the food, not finished yet, so the monk come and sit there and wait for him to prepare the food. So the man he's cutting the meat, and one person from the king vicinity bring a beautiful gem to him, and ask him that the king order him to piece it through and make a decoration for the king. So he received it and put it aside because his hand is dirty because he's prepared food. So he just leave it there on the top of the box and go inside the house to wash his hand. But after he come out, the gem is no more. So he asked everybody in the house, his wife, do you see the gem and the gemstone? And he think that, oh, that monk could be, because he stayed there, he sit there, he see everything over there, so he could be the one. But the wife say, no, it's not right. He's not, maybe not the one. But because the gemstone from the king is really important for him, for his life, so he decide, I cannot believe in him, so tie him up and beat him hard, even the blood come out. So when the blood come out like that, inside the house, they have the uh, heron, heron. They like a pet in the house. So when the blood come out like that, the heron come and have a look at the monk. So the man is angry at the moment, so he kicked the heron on the one side, and the heron fall down on the floor. So the after seeing that, the monk asked the man that, is the heron die yet? So the man say, yeah, it's maybe, and you will be the next. So after ask for a few times, the monk make sure that the heron already died. He tell the man that, okay, you should lose the tie for me, because the heron is the one who steal your gemstone. Because when he prepared the food, the blood from the meat, it covered the gemstone, and that heron curious about that, so he's the one who eat it, eat it. So the man, after that, the man let's say cut and open the stomach and fire the gemstone. After that, he feels sorry about that. He apologized to the venerable monk and invite to come as usual to offer the alms food. The monk said that I'm not get angry at you, but lately I don't want to get inside the house anymore. I can go pass by in front of the house to receive the alms food only. You know, he don't want to associate that situation come again. And because of thinking about that, he practiced so hard and attend arahantship. The heron after pass away, they was born in their house. The man, because of his bad deeds, so he was born in hell. And the wife, because she tried to prevent him, so she did a good deed and she was born in heaven. So from the story, that's why I want to share with you that sometime in the situation that not a good situation, you should try to avoid it if you know that you're not strong enough, and try to associate with good friend only, and it will help you on the way to practice. So today we have 6 ways, 6 things can help us to remove the ill will, learning the technique of cultivate loving kindness, the object, uh, try to do it hard, frequently, oftenly. And the third one is think about the karma. We are the owner of the karma, our own action, and uh, s- stand firmly on that ground. Do not be shakable by anyone. Associate with good friend, and always have suitable talk. By that way, we if we do trying hardly, one time we can totally remove the ill will and attain the third level of the person, and then go further to go out of the cycle of rebirth, remove all the kind of suffering. So thank you for your listening.
Okay, discussion time. You can ask me question at any time during my talk. If you don't ask question, I continue to talk. So interrupt me if you have question, either through the practice like sitting meditation or from the lesson that we learned today. So please do ask questions. It help us to know what is it that you still not clear, so that we can answer the question more precisely. Okay. So what we learned today about controlling our anger or ultimately remove the anger altogether is sounds, you know, sometimes it sounds easier, to say it, but difficult to practice. And as you know, anger is not something that people can actually remove if you don't actually apply into the practice. And everyone knows that anger is very detrimental, is very hurtful, leads to a lot of suffering to ourselves and to others. And we don't want that. We want to overcome it, but it's so difficult to do it. So how can we do it? So today we learned the technique, the information, how to deal with it, how to avoid it. But with all that, still not enough. When anger arises in us, it consumes us, it overpowers us, and it will manifest to our speech and our bodily action. So what can we do? So what we learned today is to learn as much as we can theoretically and try to apply, but most effectively is through the practice. The practice meditation, insight meditation. A lot of people ask us that when we go to the meditation center or here, we sit, hour after hour, we meditate hour after hour, of course, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour walking. And they didn't see the purpose. I didn't see the benefit of it. It's like, yeah, it gives me some peace and quiet. But then again, what is it that we keep doing it again and again? But they don't know that when you do sitting meditation, you are actually facing you have a battle inside your mind that you have to deal with. For example, when you do sitting meditations, there will be ill will rises in your mind because of your memory, your thought, because of the ache that you get. You get when you do sitting for a while, the pain, the aching will rise, and because of that, you will feel very upset. You feel very, want to give it up and things like that. So those are the battle that you need to overcome. If you don't overcome, it will consume you. You will give it up, or you will walk away, and you will get nothing out of it. So when you sit and you are facing this kind of defilement rise in your head, your job is to sit and stay calm and learn from it and train your mind to stay calm, be positive at it, have the right understanding that pain is part of the body. You have this body, you will have this pain. And pain can be this, not pain, but like sensation. Sensation can be intensive that you experience pain or suffering. So you understand it, then you keep your mind calm. Because if you react to it, it's not going to get any better. It gets worse, actually, because you add on the mental pain on top of it. So you double the pain rather than only the pain from the physical. So you learn that and you accept it and you stay calm and watch it and learn how the pain behave. I don't say behave, but like how it progress. Sometimes it get intense, sometimes it get less intense. Things like that you learn. And then you will realize that it's all impermanent. It's not like this forever. So if I can sustain it, then eventually it will change its course and it could get better. So you stay calm and you learn from it. So next time around, you get something a bit more intensive. You can deal with it with calm mind, with the right attitude, with the right mindset. So your life will be much happier and calmer. And when your mind is happier and calmer, it will affect everyone else around you, right? So that's how you need to train your mind. So when you sit, you will face this and you will battle with it, and you will come out a victory. You come out with a winner. You have to defeat your own defilement to come out better. Otherwise, you be consumed, you be defeated by your own defilement. And that's what a lot of people is facing. Most people are facing. Always been defeated by your own defilement. That's why we cause, the world to be so, not peaceful. Especially the one who close to you, living hell, right? So that's why when you do the practice, you practice to, you deal with the anger in that way. And with that, you can also remove the ill will. Don't nurture it. Don't feel. A lot of people, they have the wrong way to do it. When something is not their way, they hold grudges, they hold hatred in their mind, and they find way to harm other people. That's the only way they think it would satisfy their anger. But most of the time, if not all the time, they will never find satisfier. They feel even worse if they retaliate. So it won't bring any good benefit at all. So you need to resolve it. You need to change the attitude. You need to work it out positively, and don't nurture this hatred, this will in your mind. And the way you do it is by applying with what we learned today and through insight meditation. Another way that we often learn that when something is upsetting or someone has offended us, the proper way is to be patient and persevere, or to, not to retaliate. Especially in Asian, we get taught that if something is not, people abuse us, we tend to stay patient. Don't react or don't retaliate, so the trouble be less or no trouble. But then again, especially in the family, like husband and wife, there will be always quarrel and dispute and disagreement. And in the family, if you don't want to, if sometimes you just get even with it, and then the trouble, multiply, right? But a lot of time, you good person, you good wife, good husband, you want to keep the house, the family happy. So a lot of time you suck it up, right? You take it in and not to react. And in a way, it's good, but only temporary. And we don't encourage people to suck it up like that, or to retaliate, or to get even. But we need to know the right way to resolve it, to if you have the right understanding, you don't suck it, you don't hold it in, but you somehow dilute it, resolve it. So that way, it's good for you and good for your loved one. So that's how we do it here. We learn the technique from what we learn here in the lesson, and also put up, get it from the practice. You build up your persevering, your sensibility through your practice. So the next time around, if your wife or husband come home with a bad day, a bad mood, it won't affect you. But when you stay calm and positive, you also help your partner to be less angry. And eventually, the anger resolves itself, because there is no feeding back. Usually when you come home with a bad day and your wife or husband, aggravate you, at first it's not so bad, but then the aggravation a little bit will trigger the explosion, right? But if the wife or the husband has the right understanding, right attitude, he comes home, or he or she come home with a bad day, you stay calm and a little bit provoking, it won't affect you, then eventually the other person also calm and okay, right? So that's why we have to learn to do it, right? But if you cannot help the other person, is so aggravating, at least you can stay calm and be positive and help yourself. If you cannot help others, at least you help yourself. You feel happier, you feel peaceful, you don't have any disease from all the stress that you build up. So think of it like that. Sometimes people try to change other people so much that it's so disappointing and in vain, because you can't change other people. So if you can't change other people, then you have to change yourself in the positive way, like that. So that way, insight meditation help us in this way, practically and ultimately. So in Buddhism, we have the 4 levels of attainment. The third one is the one who removes the anger altogether. The root of anger is completely eradicated. But then again, for us, practice to that day, it seems so far-fetched. But at least we practice, we could have a happy, peaceful, and beneficial, every single day of our life until that day we completely eradicate. Okay, so a lot of people say, "Oh my goodness, talking about eradicating anger root, it sounds so far-fetched." Okay, yes, but sometimes it's just around the corner. You never know. But then again, you have to kind of thin it up, bit by bit. Eventually, you remove it easier. So that's why in the lesson we learn the technique, and whatever we learn, whatever we have in the lesson is not through our own, ideas. We got it from the discourse, the teaching of the Buddha. He extract exactly from the discourse of the Buddha and put it into slide and explain it to you. So rest assured that it's not our ideas. It's from the teaching of the Buddha. Okay. When he mentioned about the Nikaya, when some of you are not familiar with the Nikaya, Nikaya is the volume that record all the teaching of the Buddha. And they categorize in different forms, like medium, long discourse, medium discourse, and short discourse, and many other things. So he often references in the term of Nikaya. So Nikaya is the recording of like a Bible. Yeah, but in Buddhism we don't call Bible. We call this the discourse. Okay, so just for you who's new, so that's what you heard from. Okay. Okay, go ahead, sir. Okay.
My mother-in-law was in the nursing home. We moved from Arizona here to take care of her. And my wife every day goes there and she's frustrated with the quality of care. And her mom isn't very nice as a person. She's just kind of mean. And the minute she walks in the door, about 7:45, I'm confronted with that. Because she's frustrated and angry and just kind of explosive. First I would react to it, take it personally, but now I sit back and I see it for what it is. That's mindfulness, right?
Yes.
She's kind of on automatic pilot at that point. So the best thing I can do is be completely kind of neutral. Just listen, let her express it. And that is good for her mental health because it relieves the stress on her. So I'm doing something that's kind and loving for her. And it doesn't take very long before she starts to see, when she's been consumed, kind of taken over, when she's on autopilot, with the frustration. But for me, it's about being non-reactive. And so many things I've learned in meditation to just stop and kind of observe it, and that diffuses that tension.
There you go.
There's anger. Oh, that's what it feels like. Hot. Tense. Just kind of not real pleasant.
Yes.
And so I spend much more time as this observing presence as opposed to being caught up in the ritual of whatever is happening in the world, the drama.
Right.
With my wife, with my daughter, kids, work. Yeah, so I can separate.
Right. Yeah, because we need to be objective about it. Don't involve into the argument or the whatever the person that's so upset. I don't mean to indifferent about what she's saying, but you keep your emotion objective, like what he did. Step back and listen to her, let her talk. You realize her anger, the frustration that built up. She's like a bomb about to explode because all of that thing built up over for whole day. So you don't want to poke the inflated balloon and blow it to your face. So we kind of step back and gently, let's see, deflated herself emotionally, and then gently guide her into it. And eventually she will learn from that. And then she will be better, or you can guide her how to cope with the frustration, so that way it doesn't build up like a hot balloon and blow it to your face, right? So she needs to learn that one. And as a meditation practitioner, you learn this, and you have to deal with that. And the more skillful you have is the more you practice with your with yourself when you do the sitting. Okay? Bit by bit, you build it up. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Years to the same person, and I can tell you that my ability to stand back and to observe the mindfulness has just dramatically transformed the loving nature of my relationship with my wife. And we are infinitely more closer. And it all comes to just not reacting.
Right. That's another, that's good. And I give you an experience. We've been working with this person. I shall not name the person. He's working that day, and it was hot. It was frustrating, and things that fall in his head. It's very irritating. So, so I came in and I asked him question, and then he replied it very, how's it called, very negative, way, right? Frustration and all that. It's not what I asked him. It's just how he felt it, and then it crashed through the way he talked. I didn't ask anything offensive. I just normally, like ask question or the thing that he's working on. But I didn't react to it. I didn't react to his way of talking. So I felt that maybe he's frustrated because of the work, the environment that he's having. So I just, asked him and then calmly walked out. About 15 minutes later, he came out and he apologized. He apologized, and he thought that I would be like upset, like withhold, held it in. I didn't say anything, but I didn't either. I understood the situation, and upsetting is his upset, not mine. So I don't want to get upset with him, so that we, I partake the angry with him. So I didn't. So I just realized that he's in the environment that he's feel very irritated. So I just finished my talk, and then I saw the situation so heat up, so I kind of walked out. But about 15 or 20 minutes later, he came out and then apologized the way he talked to me like that. And he asked me, don't hold grudge. I never did. But there you go. You see the situation. If I replied to him, with the upsetting mind, then things would get worse. But there's nothing to be upset about. And I didn't mean to aggravate him. It just go in and talk. I oftenly go in and talk to him like that. It just so happened it was in a bad situation that he felt. And he felt, oh, I feel so bad and things like that. But there you go. You see, if you learn the way and don't be upset over it, then the thing will resolve quickly rather than, add up and tense up. And also make the other person less aggravated, rather than like, what is your attitude? My question is harmless. I just talk to you, and why you react to me like that? Get upset. Then he get more upset because you don't understand the situation he's having right now at that time, right? So there you go. Positive attitude, the way you handle it. Don't overreact when someone reply to you with the with a harsh way like that. That's the loving kindness approach that you do. When people don't practice, they act according to their emotion, and their emotion is not, most of the time is through greed, anger, and delusion, and it's a never wholesome thing. So you just feel compassion to them, how suffering they are. If you felt like that, you feel, if the one who don't practice to remove greed, anger, and delusion, how suffer they are. So you apply to that and say, if I don't practice, I'd be suffering like that too. So be compassionate to yourself and compassionate to others. Be understanding. So that thing would be better. But this world is not like that. This world is so competitive, so material. They forget about their mind. They just only, they're an extrovert, only look outside and then do according to that. They get angry, you turn around, also get angry and more angry, just like fire. You put fire to fire, fire get bigger. Right? You don't put out the fire, you add on to it, thing get big. And that's how it's so explosive now, like that. So thank you for sharing the experience, with. Sure, please, welcome.
Resentment is the number one offender. I love that quote, and it follows with it says, whenever I am upset about a person, place, situation, or thing, the problem lies within me.
Yes.
And boy, that helped me to not to react, not to be reactive to whatever's going on, but just watch my own contribution and my own psychological participation in that event.
Yes.
You know, because that's what I can change.
Right.
You
In Buddhism, we so turn into ourselves. The problem originated from us, from where happiness or suffering is actually from us. Don't blame other people. Most of the time, 99.9%, we blame other people. We think that this person brings suffering to us. But that's not the case in Buddhist perspective. Because, yes, the world will aggravate you, but you won't be aggravated. So how can it be your problem, be other people's problem? You know what I mean? So that's why the suffering or happiness is from us. Like the Buddha, for example, there's a lot of hostility toward the Buddha, but he never suffered from it. Because the problem is coming from the outside, and he resolved it when it comes to him. Because there's no anger in him anymore. So there is no way to ignite him, to make a fire in him, because it's not flammable anymore like that. You know what I mean? So it always turns back to us. So we need to work with it. And even you live in a toxic environment, people can be very hostile and all that, but you stay calm and peaceful, nothing affect you. So there you go. Don't blame other people, and don't thanks other people who make you happy. Thing like that, because we train that we think other people is the problem, not us. So if you resolve it, then things would be better. And also you affect other people with you. Let's say husband or wife have good practice, and then the wife will learn from it, the wife or the husband will learn from it, and they will follow you because you feel so peaceful and positive, even though all the negative is pounding on you like that. And they feel so happy and peaceful. And how you do it, that's how you affect other people, right? So that's why we learn today. And every day or every Sunday, we have this called loving kindness cultivation. We call metta. You learn it at the end of this session, that we wish people to be free from animosity, to be happy, to be well, to be free from physical and mental suffering. When you keep wishing like that, then you don't have the urge or the will to hurt other people if you keep wishing good things for them. That's how we cultivate. We always wish good thing and on others, and then that way you can't less likely that you will harm other people or other beings. That's why you keep practice like that. But if you nurture the idea that you'll be vengeful, then one day you will act on it. But if you don't, if you wish that because other people are ignorant, that way they do the thing that they do, they suffer already. But if we retaliate, they will suffer more, and we also suffer. So that way we won't nurture this idea. We don't nurture the ill will idea in our head. Just only goodwill. Wish them to be free from animosity. Because of ignorance, we bind the animosities together, and then we'll just killing each other with that. So every day we monk chant, and Sunday we also do, and we have beings we carry in different type to cover every one of it. Even though the being that you don't see, you still think of them and wish good things to them. Yeah. So that's the thing that he pointed out. Okay. So with today, if you have any more question or any something to add to the conversation, then we can add it. We can finish with our chanting and sharing merit. And thank you very much for your sharing today. And I encourage everyone to talk, so that way make the conversations or the discussion more interesting. Okay. All right. If not, then we can start chanting.